All right. So good evening, everybody. My name is Craig Blanchett. I'm a optimal health coach, lifestyle coach, and it's my pleasure to bring you our weekly healthy huddle. So today is April 12th, 2016. Tonight we're going to go through. We're going to introduce some of the guests that are on the huddle for the first time. So that's going to be exciting. Our recipe for tonight, our healthy recipe, is going to be French toast. So we're going to play a little video on French toast. It's only about 2 minutes long. And then we'll have Steph here. She's on the phone to answer questions. So when you're watching this video, think about questions you might have, and then we'll be able to talk to her directly. Because a lot of times you want to make some variations or things like that, and so she can help. And then we're going to be going over a little just overview of active living, both inside your body and outside your body. And so we're going to talk a little bit about that. And then at the bottom of the hour, which will be for the people watching this on a recording, that'll be in Habits of Health, Chapter 13. And so you'll want to look for that recording as well. So first off, why don't we get to the guests? Looks like Aaron is a guest today. Oh man, I switched screens and I have a bunch more people on now. That's cool. So Aaron, where are you from? Who invited you? And tell us just one thing you're excited about. So where are you from? Who invited you? And something you're excited about your health.
Okay, I'm in Colorado Springs. My husband, Jeremy, and I just started the program this week. We are on day 5 of the program.
Mm-hmm. Of the 5-in-1 program, right?
Of the 5-in-1 program.
We have more than one program, but that's the most popular one. So,
okay.
Yep.
Well, that's the one that we're doing.
Yep.
I am just excited to change. Oh, and Linda, she's the one that invited me, Linda Benson.
She's your coach, I assume?
Yes, she's my coach.
Awesome.
And just excited to learn more. I'm excited to see a change and weigh in again for the first time in a couple days. So, overall, I'm just getting over strep throat. I actually got strep throat yesterday. So it made my first few days a little tough, but hanging in there. So, good.
Awesome. Well, we're glad you're here. One of the reasons why we do this for all of you, I think we maybe have a couple other guests that we can talk through as well. But one of the main reasons why we do this each week, and I was actually having a conversation with Jim earlier today, and we were just talking about Jim was on a lot of these early on, and then he kind of got away from these, and now he's like, I'm making it a point to get back there. And I said, Jim, do you know one of the primary reasons why I have these weekly huddles? And he said, well, because it's a good community for other people. And I said, well, it's a community for me too, right? I'm still working on my health. And so I don't know of another thing like this out there that I could go and get involved in. And so I created one, and you guys show up and we have some community. And so this helps me not forget to practice my healthy habits, because I know them, but if I don't do them, they don't do me any good. And so anyway, that's the main reason why I created this community. It's not just for you, but it's for me too. So thanks for showing up. Otherwise, it'd just be me sitting here by myself on video. And that would be silly. So who else do we have? Stephanie, good to see you back. And then Eileen, you've been here before. You're a regular. Scarlett and Shelly. I'm not sure if you guys have been here. Shelly Del Bosque. Let me unmute you and tell us how you got here and who invited you.
This is I've been here a while.
Oh.
I know I haven't been on in a while because I have a busy family, but I'm on 12 weeks of the 5-in-1.
Okay.
And Mary's my coach.
Oh, Mary Pallon, yeah.
Yep.
Good.
So I just love it. So I enjoy getting on when I can and hearing all of your stories and inspirations.
Oh, good. Well, we're glad you're here. Awesome. Thanks for coming back. And who else? Let's see here. Linda Linda. What's your name, Linda, and who invited you? I'm just kidding.
My name is Linda.
Yeah.
And Craig invited me 2 years ago.
Yeah. Funny. And let's see, Scarlett. Who invited Scarlett? Has she been here before? Who knows? Let me unmute her. All right, Scarlett, try and let's see if we can hear you.
Can you hear me?
Yes, loud and clear.
It's my first time talking.
Awesome.
I've been here several weeks. Well, actually, this is my fourth, and Jamie and Nick White are our health coaches, my husband and I.
Uh-huh.
And so learning a ton and losing weight, and I really enjoy the huddle.
Awesome. Now, do you mind if can we share your video so we can see your smiley face?
Oh, I guess.
Yeah, let me, I just sent you a request. There you are.
Hi.
Now, if you take your phone and flip it to the side, you'll get a better view.
Okay.
And then if you swipe, you can swipe your finger and you'll see like a bunch of other people here if you wanted to. But anyway, congratulations on showing up. I don't think we realize how important community is until we don't have it. And then, so we're going to keep doing this and we'll hope you keep, as long as you keep showing up.
Yeah.
So,
hey, Craig, real quick. Scarlett, can you hear me? It's Linda.
yep, I unmuted you. Oh, now we're fighting over the mute. You go for it. It's yours.
I just wanted to introduce myself. I'm Linda, and my husband and I are your health coaches.
Oh, awesome.
So it's so fun to meet you.
Yeah. Can you, am I right side up or not?
No. So, turn it back straight and then try it again. And sometimes it takes a second. There it goes.
I just wanted to say hi, Scarlett. I'm sure we'll meet in like a few days or a couple of weeks.
Yeah, I think Thursday. I'm excited.
Awesome.
And Linda, thanks for doing that, because that's one of the unique pieces about our program is that everybody has a coach. And not all programs out there have mentors with mentors with mentors. Some people, you know, it's just maybe a workout program or a whatever, but everybody here who's a client has a coach, and everybody here that's a coach has a coach. So we're all having mentors, and we're all reaching out, helping somebody, and then we're reaching up and for help ourselves. And so it's this community of people helping people to ultimately experience a healthy life here on planet Earth. So awesome. Thanks for showing up, Scarlett, Shelley. I know you guys have been here a while. Aaron, first timer. And yep. All right. So what we're going to do now is I'm going to get into the tonight's recipe. So it's a French toast recipe. I haven't watched this, but I'm sure it'll be great like the rest of them. So we're going to watch the video and then think of questions to ask Steph, because we have Steph on the phone this morning so she can help us or answer questions. I mean, okay. Boom, boom, boom. Here we go.
We are now going to make French toast out of the cold cereal. You use 1 cold cereal, you use 2 egg whites, and you use 1/4 teaspoon of baking powder.
Okay, so it looks as though, here, I'll unmute you, Steph. It looks as though you can probably do this with either cereal, but I would imagine the maple and brown sugar or whatever it is, the non-fruit
So
one.
actually, the fruit one is delicious.
Oh, it is. Funny.
It
Okay.
makes it taste like it is stuffed with fruit.
Like it's stuffed with fruit. Okay. And so I noticed when you were making it there, it didn't look like you made it all powdery. You crushed up some, but you left some chunky. Is that to create? Why is that?
It's really hard to get it all crushed. You can crush it completely. You can crush it a little bit. It turns out no matter what you do. It probably would turn out even if you didn't crush it at all. But, you know, it just makes it go further and spread out more and more filling if you actually crush it because it seems like more.
Because you could take the bag. You could take the bag and put it in a Ziploc bag and take a mallet to it. And you could get it quite powdery.
You can also take a rolling pin.
Oh,
you can take a rolling pin to it. Oh, you could also throw it in your magic bullet.
Oh, okay. There's a bunch of great ideas. Okay. So it's basically just cereal with an egg white.
2 egg whites.
2. Okay. It's pretty simple.
And you know, all the recipes are very, very forgiving. Like you can add, the first recipe I found for this had 1 tablespoon of low-fat cream cheese. Adds a little bit more texture, taste, creaminess. You can do it with or without. You can put a quarter of a teaspoon of baking powder in. It makes it a little puffier and fuller, or you don't have to. If you don't have, you know, 2 egg whites, you can use a quarter of a cup of egg beaters. You know, it's very, very, very forgiving. Eggs are pretty, you know, okay, especially egg beaters and egg whites, so you're not going to get yourself into trouble with them. But it just, like I said, it makes the cold cereal just absolutely delicious.
Have you had it with both kinds?
Yes.
And so, okay, so they're both good. They're just very different, I would assume.
They're both really good. The berry's just a little more berry, and the other's a little more cinnamony. But you know, they're both really good.
Sweet, awesome. So, who has a question for Steph? I mean, that seems pretty simple, but do you guys have any additional questions, or have you tried something of that nature? You have to unmute yourself. Oh yeah, Eileen, I'll get you. Go for it.
Do you put anything on top like how you normally would put pancake syrup? You don't put anything on top?
You can, I would advise you to use the MetaFast sugar-free syrup or Walden Farms sugar-free syrup, so you're not adding any extra condiments. Walden Farms also has a raspberry spread that has no calories and no carbs, and it's delicious on it. So, you know, or you, yeah, I mean, they have a chocolate one too. They have a marshmallow one too.
Is it Walden Farms or Walden Farm? Is it plural or singular?
I think it's Farms. F.
Farms. Yeah.
Where do you get that from? Is that
Fred Meyer's? Fred Meyer's.
When you go into the like Fred Meyer in the diabetic section, they have sort of specialty kinds of things, and that's where I have found it myself.
Yep, that's where it's at.
Mm-hmm.
And if you can't find it, ask somebody. They seem to move it around and change it, but they've got like 10 salad dressings. They've got marinara sauce. They've got Alfredo sauce. They've got chocolate, marshmallow, caramel, raspberry. The peanut butter is the one thing that I actually
don't do it.
Suggest people not try. Even if you're a peanut butter lover, it does not taste like peanut butter.
Run from it. It's not good.
Yeah, it does not taste good.
Yeah, they messed up that one. But another alternative for peanut butter, and this is something you could do, Eileen, is you could make the this French toast, and then there's something called PB2, peanut butter, and the number 2, PB2, and it has a fraction of the it's dehydrated peanut butter, and they've they've taken the fat out somehow. So you rehydrate it with some water, and depending on how much water you can make it, but it's always creamy. It's never chunky, but and you could make that up. My wife actually does the PB2, like a tablespoon or two of PB2, and she puts it on top of her brownie. So she makes a Medifast brownie with the PB2 on top of it, and it's, well, chocolate and peanut butter. I mean, I say anymore.
Do be careful, though. I've had people get in trouble with PB2 because they love it, because it is absolutely fabulous and delicious. You can't have it with every single one of your Medifast meals, or you probably will be getting.
Yeah, and I'm so the deal is with when you're on the 5-in-1, there's no shortcuts. If you have more than one of the optional snacks, or you maximize and have too many condiments, that will carbs are carbs. So you do have to be careful with that. But when you're on maintenance, or a 3-in-3 or something after the 5-in-1, PB2 is a great resource that's much less calories than standard peanut butter, and it's a great spread for Harry, there you go, Scarlett. It's a much better alternative for putting on like a French toast,
It's a much better alternative for anything that you like peanut butter. Personally, I think it tastes more like peanut butter should actually taste. It has more of a peanut butter flavor than even peanut butter.
Got it.
It's delicious, and they even have PB2 with chocolate.
Okay. PB2 with chocolate. And when you do order those, order them on, what I recommend is ordering them. I order them off of Amazon Prime, and you get the larger bottles, which it's just way less expensive than buying it at the grocery store. There's a premium at the grocery store. So if you have Amazon Prime, that's where we order it from. Awesome.
You can find them at Fred Meyer's in the health food section, though, if you want to just get a little bit to try.
Yeah. Yep. Exactly. So there you go. There's the PB2, and that's what I would put on. Actually, that's not what I would. That's what I'm going to when I make this French toast tomorrow morning, actually, because I haven't had this yet. So we'll see how that goes.
Craig, I have a question.
Yes, Miss Benson.
Sorry. I'm in and out of my camera. Would this count as like a lean and green? If you're on the 5-in-1, what would this look like? And if you're on maintenance, what would this look like?
Yeah, this could be one of your 5-in-1s, because technically you're having 2 additional egg whites, which is minimal calories, and then the rest of it is just one meal replacement. It's one of your 5. So so basically you'll just have a little extra protein on that particular day, which shouldn't affect your 5-in-1. And now putting additional condiments and things like that on might, but by itself. Have you seen any issues with that, Steph?
No.
Okay. So this could be totally compliant for 5-in-1, how she showed it in the video. Yep. Excellent. All right. Any other questions before we move on? Great. All right. So today, just a little preview of chapter 13, which is, we started at 26 and we're moving our way to chapter 1. So we're about half of the way there, which is kind of exciting. And let's see here. Dr. A talks about basically this was the chapter that sets up the next 4 chapters, 13 through 16, where Dr. A is talking about different types of activities, starting with non-exercise activities, helping us to understand about what it's like to move our body and build muscle, and lifestyle exercise, which is more just movement, structured movement versus planned exercise where you're going and actually working out. And so one of the things that he talks about, it says what we're trying to do with exercise, you can lose weight without exercise, but you can't live in a healthy body without exercise. And so one of the things that we noticed that I wanted to talk about tonight is just the idea that before we were introduced to the magic of the 5-in-1, most of us tried to just exercise our bad habits away. So we'd make a decision to eat whatever we were. We didn't have a lot of skills to navigate the food world and the social aspects of the food world. And so we would just try and really work out a lot. And most of us failed. We maintained at best, but most of us would maybe lose a little and gain it right back. And so then we found the 5-in-1 in this metabolic state called fat burn, where we actually change your body's energy management systems so you're not under normal metabolism, but you're in fat burning metabolism. So you're eating like about 900 calories, which is the magic recipe to unlock your stored body fat to be converted and burned as fuel. So your body doesn't really care where the calories from. It just needs to get 2,000 to 3,000 calories a day. So we unlock about 2,000 calories of stored body fat by the 5-in-1, which is between 900 and 1,000 calories. So you're not getting 900 calories. That's all you're eating. But that doesn't mean that's all you're getting, because after all, that scale is moving. So that's going somewhere while you're burning it. So so you can get down to a healthy weight. So you're in the healthy BMI, but your body is very flabby, and you don't have muscle tone, and you don't have the cardiovascular system, and you don't have the mitochondria. You don't have all these different things because you haven't done any exercise. And so we're careful, because people usually overdo it with exercise. They either underdo it or overdo it. And so we want to have people calibrate to the Goldilocks principle. Not too little, not too much, but just right. And so some people stay on the too little, and you can still lose weight that way. Whereas if you go to the too much, you won't. And so the idea is to be able to find a balance. Dr. A points out in this book that he says, even though you can lose weight, in order to live in a healthy body, you need to have exercise involved. Some strength things, maybe just some mild walking, like a wonderful thing. And the beautiful thing about walking is usually better if you find a walking companion. Your spouse is a good one for multiple reasons. One is you get to build relationship with them. You get to look forward to having some time together, and you both are exercising and participating. So those are some different things that people can do, but you're going to need to develop some type of a movement program at some point during the 5-in-1, so you start to build that habit. And exercise without practice is just cool ideas. That's all it is. Exercise only works when you practice it, actually. So any questions about just kind of that little bit of a topic? We're going to go into much deeper we're going to actually go through the chapter review here in the next segment. But do you have any questions about that? Who here is being re-educated to the value and benefits of exercise? Like, yeah, exactly. Who have any of you guys thought, for example, have tried to exercise your weight off and want to give us a little comments about no exercise or too much exercise and what that's looked like for you personally? Debbie or Steph, either of you? Yeah, Debbie, let me unmute you. Okay, go for it.
Hey, how do I do this? I haven't personally tried. I have tried to lose weight, but not strictly just by exercising. That some of the things that I'm hearing with talking to people and starting as a health coach is the first thing they go to is, I'm working out more. I'm working out. They want to go straight. They don't necessarily always look at the food that they're eating. They go to just the gym. I've been hitting the gym, and today at the gym I was watching this insane new dance video that's called Synergize or something like that. It's a dance, and it looks so crazy. And they're like, you don't have to go to the gym anymore, and all these people are losing all this weight, and it's just crazy. And it looks like somebody's going to get hurt.
Yeah,
they're going so fast.
Yeah,
and so my experience has been just in talking to people, that's the first thing they go to is that they're trying to lose weight. They start working out again.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Instead of looking at their eating habits.
Yeah. Well, and I've got clients that I used to spend a lot of time in doing body fat testing in gyms, and I would see these people that are 150 pounds overweight, and they're having them do wind sprints upstairs with weight on their shoulders. And I don't know about you, but I don't have, because I use a wheelchair, I don't have knees. But it just looks really bad on the knees. So if I had them, they would hurt, right? But and then there's some, I've seen them get to the bottom or trip going up, and then they hurt themselves. And if you blow out a knee, it doesn't matter that you had good intentions. That knee is still damaged. So our recommendation, and what Dr. A takes us through, is the idea of let's get the bulk of the weight off first, and then let's start adding some walking and some safe exercises, and then build from there. So, awesome.
Craig,
Yes,
my daughter, Elisa, she lost 40 pounds on Take Shape for Life. And I couldn't understand why she didn't work out, but she didn't work out at all, but she lost that weight really easy because she was really committed. Whereas my other daughter, she's losing weight, but she really works out quite a bit. And by her working out, she's not losing it as fast, because I think what happens is she's so hungry, and so she kind of goes off of it,
Mm-hmm.
So,
Yeah.
My other daughter's idea was, let me lose the weight first, and then I'll go to working out.
So it seems like what you're talking about is kind of the extremes. Let's lose it all and then work out, and let's work out more and try to make it go faster. So they're both kind of, and ideally it's like the Goldilocks. Let's just follow the recipe. Really smart people came up with the 5-in-1, and they have guidelines for what optimizes your experience. And it's not just a weight loss, but it's changing the way you interact with your world. And so we want to one of the reasons why we go cold turkey with exercise with many people is because they've overvalued exercise, and they think it's really good at weight loss, even though when you look at their results, it's really bad. But somehow in their brains, they still think it's the best way. And so we're trying to get them out of that yucky thinking and calibrate them to what is true and what really works. And so the 5-in-1 allows you to do 45 minutes of exercise per day. You just have to make sure that you can still, my governor is if I can breathe out of my nose with my mouth closed, I'm not, my intensity is not too much. And the downside to over exercising is that you get hungry, but not only do you get physiologically hungry, psychologically you start to justify, I worked out really hard today, I can go ahead and have a little more of that whatever. And that type of mentality is a disaster. It just is it's a delay is what it is.
Yeah. Well, what happened with Dallas is she plateaued, and I think that was part of the reason is that was an excuse to eat more, because she was working out.
Yeah. Yep, and they'll plateau. If she went for 7 days with no exercise and followed the one perfect, she would probably pop right back in and start losing weight again. Kim, you had a question?
I was
or a comment?
I prior to finding this program, I worked out 6 days a week, and at the time I was 262 pounds and just killing I was doing high intensity stuff, probably amazingly not damaging my body. And I was scared to death not to work out, because I thought if I can only gain weight or maintain my weight doing this much working out, what's going to happen if I slow that down? And so this program has been just such an education just in how the food and the right kinds of food can change so many things. I did cut my workout completely out initially. And then the chapter that we'll be talking about today, I felt like the chapters on exercise were completely eye-opening to me as far as, the benefit of just moving all the time throughout the day, as opposed to taking a an hour workout or a half an hour workout, all that good stuff. And so it's just been, yeah. And then like you were just saying, as far as that mentality, because I felt like I had to work out before, it was actually a challenge to me being at a healthy weight, going back to working out regularly and battling the mindset of, oh, now I get to eat because I worked out, and now I get to eat more. And so it is something I know that I have to work with my clients on too, that those are concepts and things that we have to work through, even when we're at our healthy weight. In fact, that's been probably a bigger struggle for me than in most of the other pieces of the program, is working through my own concepts that way. So.
Yeah, I completely agree with what you're saying. And so that's going to conclude our Healthy Huddle. Stay around, and we're going to go through chapter 13 of Dr. A's Habits of Health. But thanks for those of you that just tuned in for the first segment. And we'll see you again next week.